Okay, this is top 10 tips and tricks in JD Edwards. And Denovo is a partner with Oracle and has been for 20 years. And now it's top 10. The first thing is a DeCustomizer. This is a job that can run and show you customizations you have in your system, which can be replaced with UDOs. And so these reference information can help you dig into which ESUs to download to take advantage of it. And there's a user guide information about this tool itself. Number 2, taking control of row and form exits. So some of the row and form exits are really long, and the personalize option has a personalized exits that allows you to reduce that list to only the ones you want to see. Here's some screenshots showing that when you get into the personalized exits, what it looks like, and you just click the minus sign to take them out. And this is what the P4210 looks like, which is customer service inquiry, before and after. Number 3, adding state to online depreciation. This is an example of using form extension to pull a field from the business view into your current screen without customization. So if you turn on form extension, this particular screen, online depreciation, is a very common one and a really useful screen in fixed assets. And it didn't have state in there for a client. So I opened this up and found that I could add state into the grid. And this shows here, what area do you want to be adding a field, the form or the grid? Form being the top, grid being the bottom. And I searched on the word state and brought it up, and I was able to click the plus symbol to add that to the column. And it always adds it to the end, but it takes advantage of, again, a UDO that does not require customization development. 4 is execution detail research tool. So in submitted jobs, there's an execution detail on every report that's run that gives really valuable information. I use it all the time. It shows audit information, very helpful to know if someone says job runs really slow, you can see how quickly it's been running in the past to be able to do some comparisons. It also shows processing options of that particular run, data selection, and a SQL statement of the beginning of the report. Now, it may come in handy if you're technically minded and need to do a SQL. It gives you some information about the file and the aliases being used. Number 5, rearranging the address book. This is personalization again, but it allowed me to move fields out of other tabs into one single tab for easier end user usability of JD Edwards, specifically the address book. It's a common complaint by users that there's too many tabs to go between. Using personalization, you can pull all the fields you need into one screen. Notice here, I have the full mailing address on the first page. Number 6 is helpful function keys. There are 2, actually there's 3 that I use a lot. F1 is one I believe everyone knows about, which is field help. But F2 inside a field opens Visual Assist. So instead of clicking on the Visual Assist button, it will open it up just with clicking F2. The other one is F12, and that's a jump between sections of a screen. And some screens only have one, but when you do F12, it does this orange box around the field. And a really common one that I use it in is AAIs and purchase order entry or inquiry and customer service inquiry. Number 7, attachment templates. Attachment templates were really big in XC and 8.0, and not a whole lot of people use them. And I believe this is something we should be using more, because people ask all the time, can I print a file that's been attached? The answer is no, but we can print text attachments. So we can embed form type information that will print, unlike form file attachments. And the templates are in this little highlighted box here when you pull up a text attachment. And you can have multiple kinds of forms. Here's an example of a journey entry form, new vendor form, etc. But these will print on anything that you say print attachments. Changing column headings. Vocab overrides were the typical old way of modifying screens and the column headings. Now it's part of the customizing grid. And I did a little blow up picture. You can see this icon here lets you edit the row or the column. And when you click on that, it opens up so you can type it and then hit enter. Now the field below it undoes that change and reverts it back to default. But once you've done it, it now shows as if you had done the traditional old school vocab override. Number 9, favorite exits. Not many people realize you can make a favorite of a row or form exit. The way to do it is to turn on simplified row form exits first, which many people don't use or don't even know about. When you do that from your preferences, it turns rows and form exits into small tabs on the right-hand side of your screen. Once those appear, you can open that, drill into the row and form exits, and when you hover over a field that you want to turn into or an option that you want to turn into favorite, you click the little plus symbol with a star. You get the prompt, do you want to add it to favorite? And once you do, it now shows up. Once you uncheck your simplified row exit forms, basically you turn it on to set it and you turn it back off to go back to traditional. And then under row, see, I have my new favorite, AV information, which traditionally inside the row option is under customer. It's a click and a click to get deeper in. Now it's at the top. And the last one, I use this a lot now, under resources, under your sign in where you do sign out, under your name. There's now a Learn JDE link that opens up Oracle's beautiful library of content to learn more about JD Edwards, modular information, tool information, UDOs, everything you would need to know about JD Edwards. Extremely helpful link that is right there inside JD Edwards, inside the sign-in. Finally, stay connected. Here's all Denovo's information. We're everywhere. And hopefully we'll see you soon.